Welcome to Freedom Queen Live. The rest of this year for you gets to be absolutely extraordinary. The rest of this year for you gets to be absolutely extraordinary. And I have a story to share with you all today that is totally going to completely change your life. And if you're watching with me live right now, say hello in the comment section. I would love to know who you are and if you're with me live right now. I have just returned from one of the greatest experiences of my life, and I can't wait to share it with you all today. So if you're here with me live, say hello in the comment section in the chat as I take you on this crazy journey. Hey, hello, Too Good. I'm here. LFG, Courtney's here. Hey, hello. Okay, if you're here with me, come say hello. The Mindful Mats, everybody is coming on. So I have just returned from what was the greatest, most life-changing experience of my life. And I would love to know, are you feeling like you are stepping into momentum season? Are you feeling like the rest of this year is going to be something that the clock strikes midnight in December of 2023 and you're like, I did that. I went all in. I said yes to myself. I said, yes, I'm going to build $1 million movement, and you blew it out of the water in terms of content creation. You stopped making excuses for yourself. You stopped, creating these reasons for why you can't do it. And instead you ended 2023 with the energy of you are the chosen one that was meant to do something absolutely extraordinary. And you didn't let anything stop you. And you worked hard and you showed up every single day. Because in my experience of building $1 million business, oh my gosh, you saw me walking the Funnel Hacking Live stage with your glittery jacket, iconic. Oh my gosh. In my experience of this, there are going to be people in your life that hate on you because you are too much, that hate on you because you take too much action, because you are too bold, because you are too much, because you want to make too much money, you post too much on social media, you wear so many nice clothes, whatever it is, you're too much of who you are. And that is exactly the reason you're going to build $1 million, multi-million dollar movement. Put a yes in the chat if you agree with what I'm saying, if you're picking up what I'm putting down. And I'm going to tell you a story today. And if you're 14 people watching, and you're just watching and you're bypassing and you're sitting in the back, I want to invite you right now to be the person that engages in the chat. Be the person that shows up. Literally, what do we say inside of Freedom Queen? If you know one of our number one mottos inside of Freedom Queen, what is one of our number one mottos? Hey, Jessica, what is one of our number one mottos inside of Freedom Queen? Action takers are money makers. So if you're watching and you can't move your thumbs to say hello in the chat box, what are you doing? Say hello, come wave and get in, because the more engaged you are, the more you are inside of the world, the more successful you're going to be. Okay. And so we're going to make this chat blow up. If you haven't already said hello in the chat, this is your chance to say hello inside of the chat here. I'm here for this. So I had this massive realization over the last week. Hey, Liz. Hey, Gemma. Hey, this is a party. It's a Freedom Queen party today. I got my Freedom Queen necklace on. Okay. I had this massive realization last week when I flew from Portugal to Orlando to accept the 2 Comma Club award. I had this realization that there have been so many times, and you'll have to let me know if you've been there. There have been so many times throughout building my business where Bridget has been too much, where Bridget, she takes too much action. She's all about movement. She just keeps blowing up. She just keeps ascending. She's just, you next level too much. Have you ever been there? You know what I'm talking about? Have you ever been the one that's like, I take a lot of action, and maybe you've shrunk. You've hidden yourself because you didn't want other people to think that you were too big. Is it okay if I give you permission today to be absolutely 1000% you, but 10x it even more? Is that okay? Permission to sell the way you want to sell, to make content the way you want to make content. And stay, like, you're going to have to stay through this whole live, because it will make more sense as I get to the end of when I tell you about accepting the 2 Comma Club award and the decision that I made on Friday that absolutely changed my life. Give yourself permission to be 100 times more you. Why? Because this hit me this week. You are alive. That sounds like a very basic statement, but it is not a basic statement. You are alive. Somebody who is active in the chat, who's an action taker, put the word alive in the chat. Alive. Alive. And for some reason, over the last week when I was flying and I arrived in Orlando, I realized, holy moly, we are alive. And again, this sounds like the most basic thing, but if we are alive, if you are alive, if you are running a business, if you are building something that is absolutely extraordinary, why aren't you going absolutely all in? You know, and I know people don't like the all in phrase, but we're not talking to those people. We are the all in people. You are literally alive. This is your life. And I want to remind you of that today. So it is your duty, despite other people saying, Bridget, you move too much. Courtney, you're too much. Linda, you post too much. You're too much energy. Remy, you're selling too much. Whatever it is, Liz, Gemma, Irene, hey, Irene, whatever it is your duty. And I think often we feel like we have time. Like, oh, I'll put off that for another time. I'll put off the sales, or put off being big, or maybe next year will be my blow up, or maybe this. What if you decided that you were alive right now? This is your life, and you moved as if you only had today. A lot of you are playing a game where you're delaying your success instead of moving so mother effing big and taking so much action and being the biggest version of yourself. I am done with pretending like it's okay to play small. It is not okay. Why? Because your life depends on it. My life depends on me moving big. Your life depends on you moving big. And someone, I don't even care if it's one person on this live right now, just needed that reminder. The reason back in 2021, when I attended the first Funnel Hacking Live, people asked me this week, they're like, how did you do this? How did you make this amount of money in a short amount of time? Because a lot of the people there, they got the 2 Comma Club award, but some of them got it over the course of could have been 5 years, $1 million. Some of them, it wasn't even profit. And when I share with them our numbers, and I said, no, we did over $1 million in 12 and a half months. They said, and it was all cash and all profit because we don't run ads, things like that. You know, we have some business expenses like mentorship and housing and things like that, travel. They're like, you did that? What was the thing that changed for you? And it was deciding that this is my life. This is your life. And I can't lead Freedom Queen and pretend like it's okay for you to play small. So when everyone else is moving 1 inch, you better believe that you're moving 100 inches. This is literally why and how Freedom Queen moves, because I know everyone else, they're playing the small game. They're playing, I'm just going to take a little bit of action. I'm just going to do this. That's fine if you want to be like everybody else, but you're not everybody else. Who needed to remember that? So stop comparing yourself to other people who are never going to go where you're going. Put a yes in the chat if you understand this. Hey, Nicole, I'm so excited that you're here. Alex is here, plugging into the energy. I'm literally joining everything of Bridget's today. Linda's in our mastermind, and she messaged me about the mastermind for another year. She's like, can I talk to you about re-signing for the mastermind for another year? I'm like, yes, here's the details. You are not like other people, okay? And there have been many times in my business where I've tried to relate to other people and I literally cannot. Put a yes in the chat if you hear other people saying things, whether they're hating on the industry, blah, 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 they're hating on content, they're hating on your bigness, they're hating on content, and you're just like, man, I don't even relate to your problems because I'm going to the moon. I'm shooting for the stars while you're out here playing this small little game. Hi, Olivia. I'm so glad you're here. You got at a fun time. So when people ask me, how did you do it? It's funny because on the exterior, I look like this woman, sweet, bubbly, fun, but on the inside, I'm a baller. On the inside, I go buck wild. Someone said to me at the conference, and I'm going to get to the story where I talk about walking across the stage. Someone said to me after I had shared with them, hey, like I made this amount of money, and they're like, whoa, and you did it in that amount of time and you didn't run ads or anything like that? And I was like, yeah, that's what I did. Because, sometimes in person I can be a little more shy, not like this. And they said, you must be doing something right. And in my head, I said, you have no idea what I know. You have to move through life and through building your business with that energy. That you know what you're doing. You know who you are. And a piece of this is you reconnecting back to your soul, to Alex, to Linda, to Olivia, to Courtney. You reconnecting back to who you really are. Because it's not Freedom Queen. It's not the sales skills, the content skills, the marketing skills. It's that I know who Bridget James Lang is at her core. And when you build a movement based on that, what happens is no matter what you're selling, it doesn't matter because people are bought into you and the vision that you are casting for other people. It's the magic that you have. And I want to help you extract this out of you because some of you have the magic in you, but it's buried beneath boring content, weird sales messaging instead of the true energy of who you are. And you better believe that this is something that can be developed in you, because I was not like this when I first went to Funnel Hacking Live and I walked inside of there was a Gaylord hotel in Orlando and had a panic attack because I was afraid to be around millionaires, multimillionaires, and people who have estimated $1 billion businesses. But it was inside. But it was developed over time through deciding to actually be full on Bridget James Lang. And I'll tell you right now, I do not care what other people are doing. You have got to remember that this is your life. This is what you are creating. And so she got to work. And over the last 2 years, I have done everything to build $1 million company. And you better believe we are doing everything and more to build a $10 million company. And I will share with you at the end of this live the decision that I just made to do that, to commit to myself. But everything, despite people saying, oh, you're too masculine, or you're too feminine, or you move too much, or you're too much about action, or all you care about is money, or like, have you seen Bridget do this? Yep. That's because that's who you are. You're an action taker. You know you're not destined for some small 100K per year business. So why are you still behaving like you're a 100K business owner? Put a yes in the chat if you need to hear this today. Some of you aren't giving yourself permission to take the amount of action that you want to be taking for fear of overwhelm, for fear of you're in people's feeds too many times. What if your life was so fun and so activating because you were taking so much action towards your purpose and what it is that you want to be doing? Do you live for what you're creating? Do you live for the movement that you're building? Or have you bought into someone else's story that it's okay to play small? It's not okay to play small because this is your life. Your life depends on you creating an extraordinary life. My life depends on me going all in. So on Thursday, I got to walk the stage at Funnel Hacking Live. And when I hit the first $1 million cash in the business, I didn't even realize it. I didn't even realize, because I honestly don't track our numbers as much as I used to in the beginning. I didn't even realize it. And I thought when I get to $1 million, I'm going to be like, yeah, this is awesome. But I was like, yeah, that makes sense because you became the person. Long before I made the $1 million, I became the person. So if your goal is 50K months, become her now. What are the things that she would be doing? What would she be thinking? How would she be showing up in this chat right now? What would she be wearing today? Become her now. You want the fastest track to quantum leaping? Be her now. And do everything you can to get in spaces that reflects that back to you. So you know what I did at Funnel Hacking Live? Networked with people that I adore and look up to. Provided value to other people that I knew had bigger businesses than mine, just because I wanted to provide them free value. Do you know that those same people that I provided value to that are making more money than me came into my DMs today like, hey, Bridge, how can I hire you? I want to build a movement. I had this business working, but I want to indoctrinate my community more with a movement. I started being someone that makes a $10 million per year business. Do I know how that's going to happen? No. Do I care? No. It is my job to be her now. So as I was getting ready to walk across the stage, I remembered the girl that sat in the audience with this weird looking outfit on. Her hair was oily. She had it in a ponytail. no makeup on, or maybe like some old mascara, and my name tag said rookie. My name tag said rookie. And as I walked across that stage, on my name tag, this time it said 2 Club Award winner. And I remember leading up to walking across that stage, I would visualize myself walking across that stage. I would visualize myself with the award. It's actually in the other room over here. I would visualize myself having that thing. I didn't know the how, but I just knew if I took action, every single action I could possibly take, it would happen. No excuses, because this is your life. And I walked up to the stage and I said, you have to say Bridget James Lang. And by the way, you need to know, on the award, it says Freedom Queen. I made them put our name on there. So we are on the award together. And I walk up, and Russell Brunson's standing there like this close to me, and he's just like smiling at me. I'm like, oh my God, hi. And I have my videographer, because we created a whole documentary while I was there. And it was just so amazing being next to this man. And I'll share with you in just a second what happened. I got off the stage. My parents were there. They live in Florida, so they drove to the event. We had an amazing dinner together, and we sat next to these incredible people who I didn't even know were doing 10 million per year. We're just talking with them. We're just chatting. Why is this so profound? This is so profound that we were sitting next to people that do 10 million per year, because when you decide something that this is what you're about and this is what you're no longer about, God will start to put the people and the clients and the visibility in your reality. You will start to naturally attract people that match you. So if you've been signing on unaligned clients, maybe the clients that are defaulting on payments, that don't take action, that are constantly in victim mindset, whatever it is, well, it's a nice time to look at yourself and ask yourself, what are you attracting? Now, obviously, it's not black and white. There are times when that still happens, of course. But I remember a previous year when I went to that same restaurant after the award ceremony where I didn't collect an award, and I didn't sit next to people making 10 million per year. I don't think that there was a coincidence in that. And if you watch previous Freedom Queen lives, I don't believe in coincidences. When you decide that this is what you're about, everything else will start moving for you. Now I have phone numbers with this guy that has a $10 million per year, 12,000 people in his membership business. He texted me. We're chatting. What changed? I changed. I changed who I am. I changed my frequency. I need to know, before we keep going with the story, are you here? Are you here with me? We've got a little silent in the chat, and you're either all just like, gosh dang it, I need to hear this today, or you dipped. Put a yes in the chat if you're still here. So after I collected that award, what happened is Russell Brunson has a program. And inside of the program, you have to have made $1 million to be inside of the program. You have to have the 2 Club Award. Okay, you guys are here. Samantha's here. You guys are here. Amazing. You have to have it. Lauren's, okay, amazing. Here and here for all of this. Hey, Catherine. Oh, yes. Okay, amazing. You have to have the award to get in. Okay. Now, this program is $50,000. I have invested more than $50,000 in a program. Okay, almost more, like, I've definitely invested way more than $50,000, but I have invested more than $50,000 a program. I'm going to share with you a mindset that will be helpful for you to adapt. This isn't the main point of the story, but a micro bit is that I don't think $50,000 for a program is a lot of money. Here's the reason why. When I think about the ROI, that not just like that I'm going to get from the program, but more importantly from myself, I don't even look for ROIs anymore, because I trust Bridget. I trust myself, because I know what I can do with information and being around people. So when he pitched the $50,000 program for me, it wasn't even really a pitch. It was just like this. Here's a $50,000 program. You're going to get these, and these events. Do you want to come? That was it. That was it. And there are some amazing people inside of this room, like amazing human beings. Like, you guys are not talking about $10,000 a month businesses. They're talking about how I'm scaling to 250,000 or 250 million per year, how I'm scaling to 100 million per year. Okay. So I have the opportunity to join, and some of our friends are inside of it. Some close friends that we met, Robbie and I know, and people inside of it that are beyond where we are. And so I was left with this decision. This is why my life changed, and I want to pass this along to you. It actually wasn't about the money for me, because $50,000, we make more than that in a month. I can just take that money, and it's a year-long program, and all the value you get inside of it, I'm like, this is a no-brainer. Take it. I can pay that in full. It wasn't about the money. It was this. I was sitting in the audience. It was kind of coming to an end, and you had to decide soon whether or not you were going to join the program. And I was sitting there with Robbie, and I'm like, do I do this? Because Robbie gets to come with me to all the things. And we signed up as like business partners, so we get to do it together. And I'm sitting there and I go, okay, if I do this, and this will happen. Okay. I'll go to the events. I'll be in the room with people making 10 million, 100 million, way more than that per year. I'm going to learn all of these things from these people. They know real estate and ads and 12,000 people in their membership and building massive movements that are making 10 million per year. Okay. I know the value of being in the room. But then I asked myself this question, which changed everything for me. I'm now looking at everything through this lens. But what if I don't sign up? What if I don't do it? I have the opportunity to be with Russell Brunson, and not just Russell, because he's great, but all the other people in the room, our friends that we've made, all of the other people making way more than us. They have children, they have real estate all around the world doing these things. I'm going to go to these events and meet them in person. What if I don't do those? I want you to right now in the chat, picture what will your life be like if you don't go all in for the rest of the year? What will your life be like if you don't commit to that? This scared me, because I imagine, well, I could go home, go to my parents' house, hang out with them. I could feel safe, comfortable, go to Costa Rica, finish out the year with my clients. That'll be fun. Help them grow my business, post more on TikTok. I'm getting emotional while thinking about it. That's not what I signed up for. That's not what you signed up for either. You did not sign up for a life where you are playing by the rules and being average. You are on this planet, connecting us back to the beginning of this live for a reason. Right here, I believe that you're watching this live for a reason. You're inside of the Freedom Queen movement for a reason. So when you think about what if you don't, that scares the crap out of me. It makes me feel sick. So then in that moment, I said, oh my God, that was the greatest question I've ever asked myself. What if you don't do this? What will your life look like? In that moment, I said, absolutely not. That is not what I'm available for. Walked immediately to that desk and I said, I am in. Take my money, sign me up. I am in for a year inside of Inner Circle. Let's go. Changed everything. You know, it shifted the way I showed up. It shifted the way I sat in the chair. I then got a new lanyard and a tag that said Inner Circle. Everyone starts looking at you differently when you have this new badge. And I know it because I remember being there year one, looking at all of the women inside of Inner Circle making multi-millions per year, looking at their name tags going, oh my God, they're in Inner Circle. I understood the shift that had occurred by me saying yes to me. Are you saying yes to you? You do not have time for the what if you don't do this, do the decision. Make the decision, make the move, say yes to yourself. It is one of the greatest things that you can do for yourself. Let's go, B. Spirit is speaking through you right now. I'm not here for average. Amen. And that decision created a massive ripple effect in my life. Did it create a ripple effect in Freedom Queen? Absolutely. Because now I got an event in Boise, Idaho coming up in November that I'm going to be going to, where I'm going to be studying all of these things and then pouring it into you. And then my clients, and then I have clients that are going to be signing on with me that are making more money than me, 10 million per year. I'm going to start selling my services to them. It's going to create a ripple effect for everyone around myself. And when you decide to say yes to you, it makes a ripple effect for everyone around you. And the last piece is when I was standing in the front row-ish, and Andy Grammer was playing a song because I got Andy Grammer to come perform. And Russell came and stood in front of me with his bodyguard standing in front of me. And I looked at this man and I just started sobbing while listening to Andy Grammer. I started crying because I was so grateful that he went all in for himself. I was so grateful that he said yes to him. And then I started to think about myself and how if I was too afraid to leave that job in 2020, none of this would have happened. Many of you are coming to our conference next year in 2024 in September. None of this would have happened. Then I started to think about you. And the more you say yes to you, the more ripple effect it makes for your own clients. The bigger you decide to go, the more space it gives for your community. What you're doing is creating a massive change, and you don't even realize that some people that aren't even in your programs are relying on you to show up every day. What you're doing is waking up the world. And so I want you, it's a random Monday in October, but it's the perfect Monday because we're alive here right now. I want you to commit to you. Making every single day the most extraordinary day, despite the challenges, because they will come, despite the storms, because they will happen. Put a yes in the chat if you're alive. Put a yes in the chat if you don't care what other people are doing around you, saying about you, saying around you, what they're posting, how they're moving, how much money they're making, blah, blah, blah. You're doing you. Put a yes in the chat if you're committed to that. Nothing else matters beyond that. Yes, yes, yes. When was the last time? This weekend at Funnel Hacking Live. Yes, and an actual gratitude, tears. Yes, yes, yes. Yes, yes. Oh no. Oh no, Olivia says, yes, I'm alive. If you are inside of our Make Money membership, put member in the chat. I would love to know who is live with us here today. Alive, Alex says, yes, Rebecca. Put member in the chat if you are a Make Money member. Today, and if you're not a Make Money member and you're in the headquarters or the $1 Million Movements, the mastermind, you have access to membership. So make sure that you come to the call. It will be a live Q&A, and we're kicking off momentum season inside of the membership, which is all about you creating the momentum. And by the way, when you create momentum in your life, it will create a ripple effect, not just for this year, but in 2024. And so every day inside of the, I'm calling it momentum season inside of membership, I'm going to be sharing how you can create momentum authentically in your business and in your life, because it's up to you. Momentum doesn't just happen to you. It's up to you. You get to, you're the one that gets to create that. The other thing that I can't wait. I'll see you guys. It's going to be happening. It taps at 12 p.m. Eastern today. The other thing that we have going on, and some of you purchase your tickets for it, is our conference happening next year. How many of you am I going to see at our conference next year? Even if you haven't bought a ticket yet, put a yes in the chat if you are going to buy your ticket in the next year and come to Freedom Queen Live. 2024 will be happening in September of 2024 in person. It's going to be over the course of a Friday and Saturday in Florida in September of 2024. Put a yes in the chat if I'm going to see you there. If you want to get early access tickets to that event, they're $297 right there. Samantha, I will see you in Florida. That's going to be amazing. They are $297. If you want to buy your ticket during the pre-sale price, send me a message on Instagram and just say event. Just say event on Instagram so that I can get you the ticket now. It's September of 2024 in Florida. The reason I created this conference, before we go, because I have a call coming up here, is because I've hosted retreats. I've done intimate things. But what Freedom Queen is really meant for is a massive conference with so many people there. Stages, you speaking on stage, you walking the stage. So send me the word event on Instagram and we'll get you the ticket. When you sign up for the event before, you're getting a 15-minute onboarding call with me, a private call, 15 minutes. You can ask me anything you have going on in your business. Now, if you're in the membership and you're like, I know I'm going to be in the membership for another year, and you want to have a discount on the event ticket, when you sign up for the membership for an entire year, you get the ticket included. Crazy. So when you sign up for the membership for an entire year, it's $997 for the entire year inside of the Make Money membership. You get the ticket included. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to drop the link in the chat here for the membership. And if you're already a member, you can just upgrade your ticket. There, you get the entire membership for a year and the event ticket included inside of it. So you get a little bit of a discount plus the 15-minute onboarding call with me. If you just want the event ticket and you want to buy it early on, send me a message on Instagram right now, whether you're on your phone or your computer, and just DM me event for the ticket information. Because seeing you in person is going to be absolutely insane. Because I am so grateful and blessed that I said yes to myself to be in that room. Because if I hadn't been in this room, I wouldn't have come with this magic to share with you today. I wouldn't have committed to myself for another year. Oh my God, yes, feel something shifted just in this life. So again, if you're in the membership, I will see you at 12 p.m. Eastern today. So in 20 minutes on our Zoom account, I will see you on Zoom if you're a member. If you're not a member, you can click that link and sign up as well. And this is your time to make the decisions, the uncomfortable, the hard decisions that show yourself that you are 100% committed to yourself and all in. Whether it's investing, whether it's a post, whether it's a client conversation, whether it's a mentor you want to hire, whatever it is, a place you want to move to, an event you want to host, you are alive and this is your time. Okay, Freedom Queen, I will see you inside of our membership call happening in 19 minutes. If you want to come to our event, DM us event on Instagram. Otherwise, I will see you same time, same place next week on Freedom Queen Live. Okay,